Hello Internet and welcome to Unboxed Surgery. Today I got the new iPad Pro 11-inch to unbox. As everybody knows, that Apple product is so premium, even the boxing is premium. So let's open it and find out what is inside. So as we open the iPad Pro box, we will find immediately the iPad Pro on the top. Of course it is on the top. Anyway, let's go deep into the unboxing. You will see there is a manual beneath the iPad Pro directly. And removing the manual will lead us to a USB Type-C cable from both sides and a USB Type-C charger, which is a very good and generous gesture from Apple to include such a powerful charger. So the moment that you turn on the iPad Pro, you will immediately notice how the frame or the bezels are tiny and the screen to the body ratio is so large to the point that it is almost like a screen plate. Keep in mind that this iPad uses gestures control instead of the home button that was located at the bottom of the iPad. Those gestures are the same as the one you can find in the iPhone X, iPhone XS Max or the iPhone XS, even the XR. So let's talk spec. As for the storage, it starts from 64 gigs to 1 tera of storage, which is the biggest that can found in the tablet these days. Yeah, going back to the storage, this iPad Pro does not support SD card, so there's nothing new or nothing to be disappointed at. It is almost half a kilogram, which is super light, and 9.5mm thickness, which is so much thin, to the point that you might bend or break this tablet. Well, with a big tablet like this, the screen was supposed to be up to 4K, but in this case it is not. It is 2388 by 1668 pixel, which is higher a little bit from 1440p, but the very high refresh rate will make up for that. The moment that you start using this tablet, there's no going back. Even if you look at your iPhone XS, you will be disappointed with how the refresh rate is low in that phone. If we start looking at the size of the iPad Pro, you'll notice that there's 4 speakers, which is the same as every iPad Pro that came before. The volume rockers on the right side top. And what else is lacking in this tablet is the audio jack. Yes, so much for the Pro, Apple. And on the other side is the magnet strap where you can place your Apple Pencil there, the second generation of this pencil. And if you look to the back of this tablet, you will see that there are 4 contact pins on the back. Those contact pins are used to place any keyboard and connect it directly to the iPad Pro. Well, as for the Apple Pen, it can be charged by placing it on the magnet strap on the right side of this tablet. But let's talk about the most important change to the Apple iPad Pro. It is the inclusion of USB Type-C. So Apple finally ditched the Lightning port of theirs and used a standard connection, which is the Type-C. It is small, not only small, it is small, can charge very fast, it has a billion or million uses, and this opens up a lot of possibilities to the iPad Pro. Apple iPad Pro is so thin and so flat to the point that you cannot distinguish if it is really bended or no, out of the box. Some people complain that the new iPad Pro comes out of the box bended. So if you see in my video, this iPad is not bent by any mean. Maybe because I bought it later on and the early production of the iPad Pro have some defects and Apple was able to fix them later on. Well, I don't know, but lucky me, this iPad Pro does not have any defects. But that does not immune it from the bend test that was done by other channels. Yeah, with beauty you can make a lot of sacrifices in terms of durability. So a rigid case is a very favorable. We came to the point where iPad Pro shines mostly. It is the Apple Pencil. Although it is sold separately, it is very magnificent. It is what some people call it the closest thing to paper. The feeling when you draw or write on the iPad Pro is just like drawing into a plain paper. We can discuss how Apple Pencil is pressure sensitive just like any other tablet you can find on the market, like the Galaxy tablet for example. But this pencil with this tablet, they have one more feature that people don't know about it, but you can tilt the pen while you are drawing, so you can tilt the brush itself. You can see here that the moment that I start tilting the pen or Apple Pencil, the stroke width change, meaning that I change the angle of the brush itself, which is a feature that you cannot find in any tablet, even the Galaxy Note 8 or Note 9. I'm not really sure if it is available into the Microsoft Surface laptops, but it gives you a new dimension when you are drawing or writing. I will go back again for the USB Type-C. Well, iPad is another iPad. There's no major changes or just like any pump up in the specs, so it is just normal as it used to be. But the USB Type-C just changed a lot. So you can hook up any USB Type-C hub or device to this iPad Pro. Like for example here I bought a laptop USB Type-C hub and it functions immediately. With the hub compatibility, I can place or plug any flash drive or SD card or micro SD cards to this hub and use it with the iPad Pro. Simple and easy. Also, the iPad Pro is capable with HDMI as well. Or I can ignore the hub completely and connect my iPad Pro directly to my monitor using a USB Type-C cable. Well, now we will come to the disappointment parts where I feel that the iPad Pro lacks a lot. Well, you can connect a keyboard to the iPad Pro, right? But the problem, the keyboard does not function unless there is something to type on the screen. Like for example, if you are on the home screen and you want to open a shortcut or have something or move even the cursor around or the screen left to the right, well, you won't be able to do that because the iPad Pro does not register the strokes. You have to be somewhere where you can type something so that you can use the keyboard. And also the mouse. There is no mouse compatibility with the iPad Pro. So a mouse with the iPad is a dead mouse. So in another word, you cannot plug your iPad Pro to a monitor or a TV and sit far away and try to use it. No, you have to interact with it, even where some accessories are plugged in to be able to use it, which is very disappointing. This device was supposed to be a very great media consumption. Like for example, you have your own movies or Netflix, for example, and you want to watch it on the big screen. So you plug it with the big screen and you have to interact with the tablet again and again just to go out from one application to another application. Well, this is just like for the connection of the iPad Pro problems. There's another issue or problem that I really didn't like. It is when you plug it with a screen or a monitor or a TV, you'll find out that there is a very big black bar to the sides or the left and right side of the screen. That means the iPad Pro screen does not scale up pretty well. It is an issue with the screen ratio of the iPad and the screen ratio of the TVs and monitors. They are not the same ratio, so that's why we have a black bar. At least if Apple did something to the software where they can mitigate this problem, that would be great. But no, this problem persists. Even if you are playing a video on full screen, like a video from YouTube, you still have those black bars. In the end, I feel that the new family of the iPad Pro 2018 iPad Pros are really exceptional and gorgeous devices. They are thin and light, the screen is gorgeous, the refresh rate is gorgeous, the Apple Pencil is gorgeous, the speakers are gorgeous. It is a very good device as a media consumption if you are using the iPad itself. But the moment that you try to use the iPad Pro as a laptop substitution, or you want to forget about your laptop and use an iPad only, then the disappointment will start. First, there's no mouse and keyboard full compatibility. So you'll stick with using the screen all the time, the touch screen, while you're using the keyboard, which is so inconvenient. You have to move your hand from the keyboard to the screen and the screen to the keyboard, which is very bad experience for people who types fast. And if you try to use the iPad Pro for media creation, like you want to edit a video or something like this, you will be very disappointed. Well, I showed you the functionality of the USB Type-C. You can plug in any storage you want with the iPad Pro and copy everything. Well, except you can copy only pictures. So if you moved your SD card from your camera or DSLR and plug it into the hub or the iPad Pro, hoping that you can copy your videos and edit them immediately or directly to the iPad Pro, you will be disappointed. The file management in the iPad Pro just allow you to copy pictures, and that's it. But overall, if you can pay the premium price for this product, it's worth it, because there is no tablet at this quality in the market as the iPad Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.